So now you can see we've moved up the road a little bit, and we're standing at this big fire. And what this is for is it's the place that you sacrifice items to the gods in order to increase your experience. Like I said, I'm going to save my gold for later to get better things with it. Some people advise otherwise. They say you should spend your gold as fast as possible to make your character stronger as fast as possible. I feel like, you know, you wanna get the maximum experience from mobs for as long as possible. So if you use a bunch of gold to get up several levels here, and then you go out and you start fighting NPCs again, you're not going to be getting as much. As you see, like, the rank 1 mobs, they don't give as much experience as I go up in level, and now I'm not really getting much from them. So I like to hold out as long as possible before spending my gold. But the one thing I am going to do is I farmed a bunch of things that I have no use for. I don't need these cracked spinnerets. I don't need this spider silk. These chipped spider fangs, or these small venom sacks. None of that really does much for me. Oh, squishy spider eggs, I don't really need those either. So you can see each of these have an experience value, and I can get experience from sacrificing them. Now, with these trash items that you get from monsters, the experience you get from them also goes down as you level up. So I really definitely want to get rid of these things. I don't want to save them until later level, or they'll be absolutely useless. So let's go ahead and drop them all in there and hit confirm. And I just, you know, got a big chunk of experience towards level 5. Alright, so now we're going to head on to my faction's temple. And there's several things I'm going to show you there. But what the temple is it's kind of like a safe area that belongs to every faction. When you hit your recall button after you've gone through this beachhead kind of tutorial area, you'll get recalled to this temple. And so there's traders here, there's another sacrifice pyre in the middle, there's a place you can bank your goods, there's some crafting tables that are a little bit better than normal crafting tables. It's just kind of an all-around place to get things done on your character. So let's go ahead and we're going to look at a few of the things in the temple. First off, you see straight ahead of us, there is that big old burning pyre that I can throw more items on to get the sacrifice experience. Then if I come up here and I go to the right, we're going to go over and you can see a bunch of vendors around here. And those vendors offer things that I might need. One of the big things that you should probably be grabbing if you've got the money for it is, let's see if they've got it. Yep, a pack pig saddle. So I've got the money for a pack pig saddle. I'm going to go ahead and grab that right away. It's going to take 900 of my gold, but this is definitely going to be a quality of life thing that makes this character a little bit better to play. So now that I've got this pack pig saddle, I'm going to drag it into the mount slot, or I'll just right-click it to equip it. And then I'm going to go over to my skills, which is the second icon over in this left-hand menu. And we're going to grab the mount dismount skill, and we're going to put that on our non-combat tray, because you can only use mounts outside of combat. There's no mounted combat at this point in the game. So once you've got that there, you hit 7, and my character is going to go ahead and summon his mount. Oh. There we go. So now you can see I'm moving much faster, and this is because it's an alpha at this stage of the game. Eventually there should be some kind of mount model underneath me that I'm riding along on, but for now it's just a speed boost. And the thing that you're going to find that's really kind of frustrating is dismounting. Most people really hate the way that dismounting works right now. What you're going to go ahead and do, or the way that I dismount, is you start re-summoning your mount, and then you move to cancel it. And now I don't have the mount anymore. And so if you've got your mount out and you've got that mount buff up and you hit, like, say Z to go into combat, does nothing. I can't get into my combat tray while I'm mounted. So I've got to get rid of that mount. Like, say I'm riding along and my party gets attacked and I need to hop into the fight and start helping my buddies. If I'm on that mount, I can't do that. So you want to do what I said, start resummoning, move, and then you can switch back to your combat tray so you can start helping your buddies out. Alright, now next thing we're going to do is we're going to bank some of our stuff. We've got a bunch of stuff on us, and if we were to go into PvP zone and die right now, anything that's not equipped to our character would get lost. So let's take this gold, we're going to put it in there. Let's take this dust, we're going to go ahead and throw that in there. And nothing else that's on my character right now I'd really care that much if I lost. Oh, actually no, we'll keep the leather for now because I'm going to do a little bit of crafting. In fact, I've got to grab that dust back out for crafting. So just put anything that's valuable to you in the bank every time you go back. If you're not willing to lose it, you should not be going out into PvP areas with it on you. Just put it in the bank, and then you can get it safely whenever you need it. So the next thing we're going to look at is the crafting tables in the temple area. These are a little bit different than just your crafting that you can access at any time. They've got more recipes. So let's take a look at blacksmithing, I think it's going to be. Yeah, so under blacksmithing, we've got intermediate weapons. And I'm going to go ahead and look at that. One-handed pistols. So in order to make a one-handed pistol, I'm going to need a metal billet, a basic pistol, so the ones we've already made, and 10 ethereal dust. And for this, I think I want a little bit better than just the poor quality pistols that I made the first time from knotwood. I want a little bit better material to work with. So we're going to go out and show you how to gather that next. And then the metal billet, that's under weapon components. And you can see right there, we've got non-basic ore, so that means an ore other than slag. And we need 9 of that to make that. So we're going to need to gather 9 non-basic ore, and I'm going to get non-basic wood to make my pistol, and non-basic stone, which means I need 6 non-basic wood, 6 non-basic stone, 10 ethereal dust, and then I can use that to make 1 pistol, so I'm going to need all of that times 2. And then under leatherworking, you can also see the options to make intermediate armor. So under intermediate armor, we're going to need a leather sheet, ethereal dust, and ore. So we're going to need to gather an additional 9 ore, it looks like. And then we're also going to need to get 4 leather sheets. So a leather sheet is a leather working component, and it's made from a total of 6 hide. And the hide that we gathered is actually common hide. So that means that we can make this to make a common quality leather armor rather than a poor quality, as if we had gathered, like, say, the leather equivalent of knotwood. So we're going to go ahead and assemble this, and I'm just going to go ahead and make those 4 things right away. Now here you can see this experimentation option, and that's the first time we've seen this. What the experimentation option is if you've got good crafting, as you're crafting you have the ability to spend points to buff up certain stats. So in this case we have a chance to increase the durability of what we're making. So I'm going to go ahead and put those points into durability, and then I'm going to hit next and make the item, or grab that. And I said I need 4 of them, so I'm going to go ahead and make all 4 of those right away. We've got plenty of bank space, so I'm just going to bank it all when we're done, and then we're going to go out and we're going to gather the rest of the resources to make that equipment that we need. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and cut it there until I go out and show you the resources that we should be gathering. Alright, so I've finished up my crafting, and I've banked everything that I don't really want to lose. So you can see near the crafting tables there's this hole in the wall, and what that's going to do is it's going to let us out into the area surrounding the temple. And this area, in some of the campaigns I've seen monsters out here. I don't think there's monsters at this point in time, but what there is there's non-basic resources. So we're going to mount up, and we're going to go ahead and go and check out and see if we can find some of those non-basic resources we're going to need to make those items that we talked about. So what you're looking for when you're looking for non-basic resources is you're looking for things that are glowing. They'll be emitting like a yellowish white light that makes them really stand out. And so once you find an item that's glowing like that, you can go gather it, and you're going to get a non-basic resource from it. And once you get into more advanced crafting, there's going to be like the difference between gold and iron and stuff. But for now, just grab whatever you need. So we're looking for stone, and this is going to fit the bill. This is some basic stone. We need 6 of those for each pistol for a total of 12. We're going to dismount, and let's go ahead and gather that stone up. The other things we're looking for out here is, like I said, we're going to need some ore. We're going to need quite a bit of ore, actually. And we're going to need some more wood. And I'd like to have that be non-basic wood. 12 of that non-basic wood so that we can make those 2 non-basic pistols. And you can see here, I talked about earlier, the issue with stamina. That for the higher level gathering, you're going to run out of stamina sometimes, so you got to sit there and let it recharge before you can finish up and gather the thing you're working on. Alright, so we got our stone. Let's go ahead and find some ore. Oh, that's pretty quick. Well, that actually is a mother lode. And the problem here with mother lodes is they're actually meant to be mined as a group. So all you need to know if you see a really big chunk of ore or like a huge rock like this is that it's not solo content, it's group content. You can look into that later because you are going to want to gather that stuff eventually, but not something you need to worry about as a new player. So we got to look for something a little bit smaller that we can actually work with. There's some more stone, and there's some iron. Perfect. So we're going to grab our pickaxe, and we're going to mine this iron. The iron's going to be used in the metal billets that we'll be making for the weapons. And it's also used in each piece of armor. So I remember that was 9 iron per metal billet and 3 iron per piece of armor. So in total, we're making 3 pieces of armor, and we're making 2 weapons that require metal billets. So we're going to need a total of 21 iron. Perfect. Okay, and then I'm going to show you the trees. Oh, wow, good, lots of trees there. That'll get us practically everything that we need. So we're going to go up to the trees, and these trees are glowing trees, so they're going to drop birchwood for us. And we can use that birchwood to make non-basic or non-poor quality basic weapons. We're going to use it in common quality basic weapons. So I'm going to gather all of that up, and once I've got everything I need, I'm going to go back to the base and I'm going to craft everything up. It's going to be pretty boring to watch, so let's skip ahead.